Yes, people, I'm still alive. All is well. There's no reason to be concerned that I haven't been on camera. I didn't get a nose job or my teeth done yet. I probably need to get my teeth done. Some of them bottom ones. Little suspect. Don't smoke cigarettes, people. It's not good for your oral health. But I just wanted to come on camera for a minute because we're talking about the good old Big N today. Nintendo. We haven't talked about Nintendo in really quite a while on this channel. As the king of Xbox YouTube, I've been talking mostly about the ongoings within Xbox, but I guess it's about time because holy Christ on a cracker, every day, every single day of my life, I look through my YouTube subscription feed and there's at least 1 to 2 videos on Nintendo Direct and Nintendo Switch 2. And then yesterday, a bunch of Switch 2 stuff. We got Direct news, Switch 2 stuff. And it's like, I couldn't talk about that every day. I would drive myself insane. It drives me insane to talk about it as much as I do. But I do realize that some people want to know and they want to hear this sort of information. So we're going to break down the latest about the Direct and the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. So whatever. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about the mythical Nintendo Direct because we all expected it to be this past week and it wasn't. There was no Direct this past week. We expected something maybe on Thursday of last week, but then, of course, Microsoft did their little presentation instead. And, of course, because it's the internet, everyone lost their mind. Where's the Direct? I need the Direct. I need direct information directly given to me. And it seemed like this was going to be a partner showcase, but now there's people saying, oh, it might be a Nintendo Direct Mini, this, that, and the other. Now, we're all under the assumption, which will be changing in just a moment, that the Nintendo Switch is coming out sometime in 2024, potentially being revealed next month. The Switch 2, that is. So Nintendo wouldn't do a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance. It makes sense for there to be a partner showcase more so than a Nintendo Direct because Nintendo's obviously holding back stuff for their own system. But where is this event? Is it still happening? Did they move it because of the Xbox event that really had nothing to do with Nintendo? We all know those 4 games, at least 2 of them are coming to the Nintendo Switch, potential for all 4 of them. Was Xbox just like, hey, Nintendo, you can't do a presentation? Or was there never really a Nintendo Direct for this past week? Now, of course, Pyro, I don't know how to pronounce his name, a very reliable Twitter leaker saying that next week, the upcoming week, is finally the week of this Nintendo Direct. You know what? At this point in time, I hope there is no Nintendo Direct. I hope that Nintendo doesn't say a word until like June about anything. You already know about games that are coming out. Third-party developers can do their own sort of thing. Skip the February Direct. Make all these people sweat who have to talk about Nintendo every day and drum up any sort of, news about them. Make them sweat it out a little bit and don't talk until February or until February, June. Don't talk until June. That's how frustrated this makes me. Can't even talk right. But yeah, don't talk about anything until June. What do you got to do? What are you worried about? Worried about Sony? Shouldn't be worried about Sony. Worried about Xbox? Shouldn't be worried about Xbox. But yes, it seems like allegedly there's going to be a Nintendo Direct next week. But what about the good old Switch 2? Because now we're hearing new things. Is it not 2024? Is it 2025? I honestly hope it's like 2027. I honestly hope it never comes out. And people just have to sit there and talk about something that doesn't exist. But now we have some little bit. I swear I'm not this cynical about things. It's just people annoy the hell out of me. Sources: Nintendo Switch 2 will now launch in 2025. This is coming to us from VGC, who's a pretty good website. Update: VGC sources suggest Nintendo's next console will arrive later than expected. Nintendo's next console could launch later than expected in early 2025. So, we're definitely covering all our bases there. Pedro Henrique Lute Lipe, who, that sounds made up, but it's not, who claims in a new Aux do Controle video that he has received information from 5 separate sources. According to the sources, they're working on on games to target quarter 1 2025 to launch alongside of the console itself, which has internally slipped out of a previous 2024 target. Eurogamer reports that it's heard whispers from the industry sources this past week. VGC has now heard from multiple sources who have said Nintendo has told publishers it will now launch its next console in quarter 1 of 2025. According to these sources, third-party game companies were recently briefed on an internal delay in Nintendo's next-gen launch timing from late 2024 to early the following year. One publisher suggested that the delay was so that Nintendo could prepare stronger first-party software for the console. And then Eurogamer also comes in and says, quarter 1 2025 release. It looks like that's going to be the move here. VGC, of course, asked for Nintendo for comment on this story. They're not comment. Just Tim Dog, he asking Phil Spencer to come on your show here. But yeah, so now we have this epiphany that, hey, maybe the Switch 2 isn't coming out until 2025. But I don't know. I think it's reasonable for there to be some sort of, reasoning behind a potential delay. But you have to remember, is it really delayed if it was never confirmed? Nintendo themselves never said that a system was coming out this year. If anything, they said, no, there's not going to be a system this year. But many people, myself included, just thought there was a bit of fibbery involved in that. Just some clever wording and some wordplay on stuff like that. But if Nintendo is struggling to find higher quality first-party software for the launch of this system, should you even be launching this system? It's going to take you more than a year to, make a game that's a high quality launch title for this upcoming system. So I feel like that seems like a short-sighted thing. It could have been just a strategic business move or something like that. But what does that mean about the system unveiling this year? Will there be a Switch 2 unveiling this year? Is it still happening in March like many people are talking about? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. There's a lot of mystery surrounding Nintendo right now. There's a lot of mystery surrounding PlayStation right now. Really, Xbox is the only company where you actually know what's going on. You actually know what's coming out. PlayStation, you have no idea. Nintendo, you have no idea outside of Princess Peach's Showtime and a couple, a 3DS and a GameCube remaster. That's it for Nintendo. So that's why a lot of people believed that the latter half of 2024 was going to be gearing up for the Nintendo Switch 2. But once again, is this concrete evidence? Is this concrete fact? No, I don't think it is. I think the system could still potentially launch in 2024, but if it doesn't launch until 2025, then I guess it is what it is. But to say something is delayed when it was never really given a date in the first place, it seems kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some of these insiders and journalists, which I talked about yesterday, I feel like they always, they take everything they say as factual, and then when something comes along and deviates from that, they just double down and they're like, well, yeah, it was going to be this, but now it's going to be this because these reasons here that we heard. They always kind of believe their own hype. What did Flavor Flav say in Public Enemy? Don't believe the hype. And that's why, you got to look at things with a skeptical lens. So I don't care, though, honestly. If a direct comes out, great. I'll make some money talking about it. I'll be excited to watch it. If the Switch 2 launches in 2024, great. I'll make a bunch of money talking about it probably and playing games and reviewing games and showing off hardware and accessories and all that sort of stuff. It'll be a very exciting time for me. But in the same breath, if it doesn't happen, if it's not ready, let it cook. Let it cook. You don't need to be so reactive to things that are happening within the industry. A little mystery is fun. It leads to speculation and it leads to discussions. And I think that's kind of the backbone of the video game industry is, trying to figure out stuff on your own. But also you have to be within the realm of responsibility. You can't be saying things are factual when they're not actually factual. And you can't be taking everything at face value without digging into it. Is Philip, what was his name? Pedro Enrique Lutelipe. Is he a big insider? Because I've never heard of the guy. For him to come out with these claims and then everyone just to latch onto these claims, you would guess that there was some sort of reasoning behind the latching on, because maybe they have heard things like that too. But it seems very willy-nilly. So at the end of the day, it's really just another speculation thing. You know, sooner or later, we'll find out all the actual details about this stuff. I'm not going to get worked up about it. I would like to see the system come out this year. It'd be cool. But at this point in time, honestly, video game fandoms and like diehard fanboys, they don't deserve anything. You don't deserve Xbox games. You don't deserve PlayStation games. You don't deserve Nintendo games. You don't deserve anything because you're a bunch of wild, spoiled, whiny babies. Except for RGT85 viewers. You guys are the goats. Let me know what you think of this in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.